Hello and welcome back to Galactic Reviews and for a long lost episode of Unrestrained. Yes, we're not dead. Zach's alive, so we're bringing it
I've
back. It's been kind of hectic trying to do this again, so bringing
yeah.
it back for this month only.
We'll bring it back for this month, and then we'll skip
That's
next
it.
month and
That's it.
bring it back for the next month.
That's it. Only this month.
Enjoy
So
it while you can.
it's because you'll never see it again.
Unless Andrew jumps in.
All right. So have you seen the Blue Beetle?
No,
You have not.
I have not.
You have
When
not
I saw
seen
you
it.
text me, and I was like, I'll just wait until then.
Well, all right. Well, here it is.
All
So
right,
I've watched it
I'm
a couple times and you have not.
yeah.
Okay.
And this is a live action.
Yes, this is live action.
I will say from what I've um heard and seen, I think I heard bad things about it,
I'll,
or
I, I
not
won't.
that great
I
things.
was. I won't. I'll leave my remarks until the end. But if you want me to, I can stop it and we can.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Excuse me, Mr. Reyes? You finished scraping the gum off that lounger or what?
Everything right now feels so out of reach.
You always land on your feet, bro. You're Jaime.
They don't get out much. I just want to rap. Jenny?
Guard that's your wife, but do not open it.
You went in to get us jobs, and all you brought back was a hamburger?
Okay, I don't think it's a burger.
You haven't looked?
What the hell is that?
How did you get it to do that?
I think he likes me.
Jaime.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. What the?
Host acquired.
Who said that? It's okay, it's gonna be okay! Oh, space.
Re-entry systems ready.
Wait, no, no!
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
Oh. What is going on?
I just wanna rock.
It's called the Scarab. It's some kind of world-destroying weapon. It's designed to protect its host.
This ain't what you want.
Sometimes it does what you want, and sometimes it doesn't.
Body out of here.
I think I cut a bus in half.
The Scarab chose you, but it belongs to me.
That low you feel for your family makes you weak.
I just wanna rock. You gon' kill my vibe, stand on my money, don't know my side.
The universe has sent you a gift, and you have to figure out what you're gonna do with it.
That's my high. 1, 2, 3, 4, throw up the 5.
Whatever you can imagine, I can create.
Let's party.
Nice choice.
I just wanna rock.
It's like Batman stuff.
Batman's a fascist.
I just wanna rock.
I understand he jokes a lot, but this movie seems more like a comedy. I understand he's a very charismatic person
Hmm.
and jokes a lot, but from the trailer it seems more like a joke than an actual superhero movie. I want to say almost like Shazam, but Shazam made sense because he's what? He's 12,
It was a kid in
15
an
in that
adult's
movie?
body. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this he looks like he's 18, 20 years old, which don't get me wrong, we can still make jokes and have fun, but I was expecting a little bit more of a serious reaction, especially towards like some of the family members' remarks and everything seemed more like a joke, a comedy. I don't know. The combat looks interesting. that looked fairly good. For the most part. Not really sure how I like the AI system it gives for the Blue Beetle. The voice for it, I'm not sure how I very much like that. To me, that kind of defeats, like, it's supposed to be this mysterious alien weapon that just does what it does.
And for some reason, it sounds like
Zero
Siri.
explanation. Yeah, and every time I heard its voice, I'm like, hey Siri, that's it. That's all I could think of. And it kind of ruined what I was expecting for the mysterious Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Um, it also didn't hint to anything about, like, because I was pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I was pretty sure the Blue Beetle originated or was originally found in Egypt,
Yeah. Yeah. By
and it didn't have anything to do with Egypt.
yeah. Okay. That can be explained. I don't think they're going to explain it well in the movie, just based off of how they. So
Fair.
what you're talking about is it was it's found by Daniel Garrett, who was the original Blue Beetle, and he did find it in Egypt, and so he became the first Blue Beetle. Then he dies, and it then goes to Ted Cord, who is the most well-known Blue Beetle, and then it looks like in this Ted Cord dies because you don't see him at all throughout the trailer, even though you're seeing Cord Industries, you're seeing all kinds of Cord tech, you're seeing his own tech in the movie,
Yeah,
you're seeing his own bug and all that. I mean, you're seeing all that stuff right then and there, and you don't see Cord at all. I think you do see his secretary or his assistant that's sort of his girlfriend. I think she might be his wife. I'm not 100% sure. So there's that. They do show Cord and Daniel Garrett's suit. The only problem I have with them showing Daniel Garrett's suit is Daniel Garrett's suit is made from the Beetle. So I don't know why he's got a suit there. Like Ted Cord, you can make a um, remark about because his suit was technically all tech. It wasn't the Beetle. Because
yeah,
in the Charlton comic book, um, Ted Cord and Ted and Daniel went to go stop a villain or go stop a villain essentially, and Daniel ends up getting buried alive and dies because of that, and he dies with the Beetle. So Ted just takes up the mantle but doesn't have the Beetle with him. So I also like how how the Beetle in this movie kind of looks like it kind of looks like a crappy toy from a Happy Meal, like until they put CGI on it. And so I mean,
yeah,
I'm not. And
yeah.
they also the costume, his costume looks all right. The only thing I can really say that might be a complaint is that in the comic book he has like his mouth open. You're able to actually see his mouth, whereas in this it's all covered up like a face mask.
Kind of like it
That
was. I don't in Injustice.
Unknown
To
Injustice, he
me,
had his mouth open too.
did he?
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
Injustice too.
remember. It's been a long while since I've played that game.
Well, it's also the second game, not the first. So
Oh yes, the second one.
yeah, so no, I get it. Not really many people cared. So no, I get it. It's easy to forget. And I guess depending on the gear, you could also have it completely covered as well. But that would mainly depend on the gear. I guess I think for the main, it was mouth open sort of kind of thing. There, I'm guessing that they didn't want to do all the legwork to go do that. So just a whole bunch. But like as far as like a story
I guess.
standpoint, without going into the nerd realm that we're kind of going into, it looks like it's going to be a mid movie to low tier to mid to bad, with it kind of being that whole young kid getting superpowers movie. That's kind of what it looks like. So the only problem is
Yeah,
in this one,
yeah.
it
And
looks like he's
honestly,
gonna
it's
be unless unlike like Spider-Man where he's got to earn up his ranks. It looks more like so he's gonna get everything in this one. Like he's just gonna
yeah,
be given everything because like you can already see it with Ted Cord stuff being given to him for him to automatically use and all that stuff. And then the and then the one thing that's gotten the internet kind of big on is that they have him saying Batman is a fascist, so, which isn't
Yeah.
necessary. And he's talking about Ted Cord stuff being like Batman, so he's kind of so I might be reading in between the lines, but he might also be saying that Ted Cord, Blue Beetle, is a fascist or is reminiscent of Batman being a fascist. I don't know. That might be reading in the lines a little bit too much, but
I don't know.
one of the other
It's
things that I noticed is that like it felt like, especially during that sword scene, felt too much like Power Rangers and less like a superhero movie.
yeah, 100%. With the sword being introduced, I was like, did this become like a video game now that he's playing?
Like for
Because
the regular,
100% it reminded me of like the Final Fantasy scene or whatever. And I was
yeah,
like, I
for
don't
the
know how I like that.
yeah, for the regular stingers, I mean it works. But for a giant sword, usually he uses like handgun blasters, and then sometimes he'll combine to
Yeah,
make like a giant gun. I didn't see one of those at all in this trailer. I would think that would be one of the cooler scenes. So I don't know.
yeah.
I'm very
I
skeptical
mean,
about
I
that.
guess you could say you could see one. You could see one in like some of the fights, maybe when he hits, because when he hits, there is an energy. So
Yeah, yeah,
maybe that
but
was a part of the gun or just the impact itself. I'm not really sure.
possibly, possibly. But the thing is, like, I would think if there was gonna be that, I guess like there was going to be a gun at some point. We would have seen it at some point in this trailer. All we saw was basically shields and swords to some
Agreed.
less
Agreed.
extent, and no guns. So
Yes.
I
Agreed.
don't know. That has me somewhat skeptical. No, and I'm talking about mainly Blue
It's
Beetle. The other people did have guns, but I have this feeling that they're gonna be like they're not gonna be like I don't know. I don't. It's not gonna. It doesn't look like it's gonna be great, but it is. I don't know how. I don't think it's gonna be horribly bad, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be like it's mid tier and below, just from a movie standpoint in general. And I
yeah.
wish they would have done a
It's
Ted Cord. I wish they would have done a Ted Cord instead of this. I think Ted Cord would have been more interesting. You'd also have get Booster Gold in there as well. I don't know why they chose Jaime Reyes. He's relatively new-ish, so
and that's probably why he's new, and
uh,
that's all I can think of.
yeah.